Okay, welcome back to another tutorial video for Quick Pitch Baseball. In this video, we're going to talk about the Infield In chart. So we're going to go through a few different charts here, but this one is going to be for infield in situations. Now you can see that we have it sort of broken up, and I printed both sides just to sort of keep that easy to hold together. And on the infield in, you can see that there are multiple situations. Generally, you're going to bring the infield in when there's a runner at third base and less than 2 outs, right? So that's sort of what's covered here. If you bring the infield in any other instances, you're going to have to kind of make it up as you go. But this is infield in with the runner at third base only, so first, second, third base. And that's kind of how you read this: first and third, second and third, and then if the bases are loaded on first, second, and third. You can also see that these are broken down into whether there's no outs or 1 out, except for this one here. This one will be the same whether you have nobody out or 1 out. There are some different situations that need to happen if there are multiple runners on base. So basically, runner at third, nobody out, or 1 out, either one. You're going to roll against this chart. That would be a 353, or I'm sorry, yeah, 353. And a 353 is 1 to 500, and 1 to 500 says a ground out to first, and the runner holds at third. So the runner at third does not score. It's sort of a hard ground ball to first base. First baseman, probably 3 unassisted, if I'm guessing. You can make it a 3-1, or probably not a 3-1 because the runner would be able to score. But a 3 unassisted, maybe I can put that in there. And then the runner at third holds. Let's say we were bases loaded. So this might be a good one. Bases loaded, 1 out. And we have the infield in. So that's going to be a 154. A 154 is a 1 to 600. So a ground out to home plate. Runners on first and second advance. And then the batter is safe at first. So it's a ground out right in front of the plate. Ground out to home plate. Okay. It's a ground out to whatever player it is. You would have to use your you would want to use this in conjunction with your infield plays chart. So so if it's a ground out, then 7-7, that would go to the shortstop. He makes the play at the plate. I had to make that a little bit more clear. I was trying to make it as general as possible so that it can could be made by any of the infielders, right? So it's a ground out, and the ground ball, the out goes to home plate, is what I'm saying. So a ground out to home plate. You would need to find the player. You would need to find, did they make the catch? Is 983 inside their fielding range? If not, it's an error. And you could just generally roll to find out who was there. There's a ground out to home plate. Runners on first and second. So first and second are going to move up. The batter is safe at first. So basically, you've got a force out at home. So maybe I should make that force out at home. If you rolled here, it would be a double play going home to first. And then the inning obviously would be over because you've committed a double play. If it was here, double play is home to first, and runners move from first to second and second to third. And the batter's out, obviously. So the runner's out at home, batter's out at first, and then now you have second and third with 2 outs. So that's how the infield in chart works. And again, there's several different things. The runner out is out in a rundown, but the batter advances to second, so there's an error. You're trying for a double play. So you want to try to perform a double play, which would be just like hitting on one of these squares here. So you would however you want to do the out at second base, I like to assume it. And then you try for the double play against the batter's success value. If he's out and you've tried it here, if he's out, that's a inning over. And if you try for the double play and the runner beats out the throw from second to first, then the runner breaks for the plate, he scores, and that would be an RBI on the fielder's choice. So that's how the hit and run chart works, and sort of works in conjunction, or not the hit and run, but the infield in chart works in conjunction with the infield plays, and you kind of have to do those two together to get the right batter or the right fielder to make the play. In the next video, I am going to talk about the hit and run chart. So that was on my mind because it's over here. And we'll talk through the different scenarios when you perform a hit and run.